so happy to be back doing this. It's been a little while out after the little finger injury there, but we're back with We're All Gonna Die from Slash's debut solo album featuring Iggy Pop. I like the lyrics of this particularly because it's all about, it's not like really we're all gonna die, it's like let's just take it easy because we're all gonna die, let's chill, let's have some fun. The lyrics are very Iggy Pop, the song is very Slash, it's a very hulking opening riff. I'm going to run you through how to play this, including the solo where it gets kind of a bit epic later on. But thanks for joining us. We're back. Do subscribe if you've missed what we've been doing. And anyway, let's run through the tab of this one. So when I was searching through some videos of how Slash plays this riff, it turns out there's about 1 million different ways that you can do it, but I've narrowed it right down to what seems to be the general pattern. Which is that the intro has 3 stages of the main riff. It's kind of the thinnest version, which is just power chords, a slightly thicker version which follows, and then the version with the full chord experience here. Sometimes he uses a thumb, sometimes he doesn't. I'm going to run you through those variations now. But I'm going to start with the introduction, a song in standard tuning, which is a little bit unusual for Slash. I'm going to kick it off with this main riff here. So I'm just going to play it through for you one time. And then it switches down. And then so to run it through again. So that's the first time round. It's basically the power chord version, the thinnest version of this track here. So the intro is open string, and then the power chord with the 1st and 4th finger. So you'll notice it's a couple of alternate picks in there. Down, up, down, up. So that bit's nice alternate picking. You've got some muted notes as well. So do it along those lines. Also remember that the 7th fret is barred. So there's no movement in the hand at this point apart from taking that 4th finger off. And then you move here. Then you're going to do a fuller version of the power chord by dropping down to the G and sliding. Sometimes Slash will do a thumb, but quite rarely. So like that. But it's so rare that I would really not recommend it. Instead, stick with the fingering pattern that I've suggested on this G here, 1, 3 and 4. Slide there. And then slide again, but pick it this time. And then you've got this. This is probably the hardest bit of the song, the kind of turnaround before the riff returns again. This little doubling here doesn't always happen. Normally you just get a straight. But let's do the first time it comes around, it does actually have that doubling. So, and then move your 1st finger over, and then you come back to this 1, 3, 4. So actually the 1st finger does need to move quite a lot there. Now that's the first time that you hear the riff there, which is a beautiful little riff. So second time round you hear it, it's slightly thicker sounding. Same notes again, but this time it's a 1, 3 and a 3. So the same idea, and then we're going to go down for this G. And then you hear. Same as before in the turnaround. There's a little note here that says sometimes Slash does an open string live, which is very true, and I'll show you which note it is here if I run through the riff the second time. Here. Which is quite a cool way of playing it, but that's not how it sounds on the album, so we won't do that here when I'm teaching it to you. Then we've got the turnaround, like I said. It's useful to think of this as a double finger move. Third time round now, and the riff is at its fullest, and this is what we're going to play for the rest of the track. So there's a few different things to mention here on the third time you play it round. Firstly, occasionally Slash plays it like this, which is, I don't really know how else to say it, but a wrong note. But it happens occasionally in a live situation, so try and avoid doing that if you can. Play it with this E minor shape. And then move it down to this major on the D, and then this full chord. Again, sometimes it's a thumb, but really 90% of the time in a live situation it's a bar chord. And then we get one of these doublings again. Comes around again in that same way with a full way. So you flick up to the neck pickup here and you get rid of all that distortion so it's nice and quiet and chilled. And the shape you're going to use is this E minor. Later on it becomes apparent why when the verse comes around again there's a bit of floral decoration. But this time it's just easy to keep that same shape. And then you come up to this one. 3, 1, 2, and then back to this one again. And then up again. Then we've got this rising guitar line back on the bridge, pick up, a couple of sort of screechy harmonic sounds like that before you get to these power chords, or sometimes Slash plays them in the open position. On the record, the power chords chug on beneath the soaring lines, so you get the kind of... When Slash plays it live, though, he does a sort of hybrid version, so you get this, and then up to the 14th fret, pre-bend fully, slight vibrato at the end, then you get 14th fret again, and then he comes down very often to here for that D, and then up to the 17th. That's a really nice line because it lets the 17th fret on the bend ring. And then you're back to the turnaround that we've had in part 1. And then you're hitting chorus 2 there. Now, because we've covered chorus 1 in the first part of our series, we're just going to play through chorus 2 because it's basically the same. If you need more details on that, skip back to part 1. This is chorus 2. Just scrolling through. As a slight difference here. So the open strings, quite a nice little variation just to kind of mix it up. Slash very often does this. You'll see a few more variations later. See, that's another one there on this D. You've got an extra pick there, so verse 2, you're still going to use that E minor shape. And then you get, and then we're back again. The open E note, as the note says, isn't played on the album. It's played by a different guitar, but when he's live, of course, he does play it, so. And then we're back to this rising figure. And then down to the D. And then back to chorus 3, which again we're just going to carry on with because it's pretty much the same as all the other choruses that we've had so far. So I'll run you through it again. There's always a few little variations in there which we'll cover. So that open string can be played there as well, like the variation in chorus 2. Just running it through again. Power chords, open and 3. So you get a doubling the second time. So let's run it through again. And then you switch up to this B version of it. And that's a 1 and a 3. 1 and a 4. Take the first finger off. And then just before the solo you get. So we're jumping up here. This is pretty tough. Open string, and then 15th fret bend and the 12th, with the first finger behind it. The vibrato when you land. And then, and this is the second finger. So that's the first section there. And then the next bit is. So I'll run you through that with the picking pattern now. So we've got second finger, all hammer-ons and pulls off, and then down, same again, and then third finger, that's one picking suggestion for this bit. You can also do down, up, and then down. I'll use the one that Slash has done in a live situation that I've seen, so the one that's marked. And then up. And then you've got this 17th fret release, so bend it up fully. That's the first finger there. Quite a difficult bend there, and then you move. Make sure you use that little 4th finger on that 15th fret down. And then you hear another guitar part play the next line, but we're not going to do that because that's a sort of echo. The next line that Slash plays is slide down and then up to the 16th. And that 17th rings. Then we're back in the turnaround again. And that is where the solo part 1 ends. The next epic solo is the outro solo, which we're going to get to in just a little few minutes. We're going to run through chorus 4 though as part of this video, because really the choruses are very often similar to the first time we've played them. So we'll just run it through very, very quickly for you. And then we've got this same section here. So this is where you get a slight change before the outro solo, and that's because there's this sort of B chord in an inversion. You can also hear a different guitar playing it up here. You often see Slash playing it live here. If you're playing quite quickly in a live situation, it's probably easiest to do. So you're up on the 15th fret again with that 12th hanging behind with the first finger, so that's the first bit with the rhythm. You let this ring, and then this is a second and first finger here. And then this is a nice little pattern which is worth learning, so you get So this is a classic Slash trick here, which if you've got a recently recovered broken finger, it's pretty hard to actually play. But you've got the 15th up, and then 12th, and then the 4th finger on that 15th fret, and then the 3rd again. I can sort of almost do, and it gets gradually faster and faster and faster, so you keep going with that, and then eventually you hit the and your aim is to end up on these 14th frets bent together away from you. And then they gradually release. And then you get this. And then it ends on this pattern we've had before. And that's it, that's how I've tabbed out that outro solo for you. Now, obviously, you can improvise around what Slash is doing. don't have to follow it exactly, but just in case you were wondering what is played at the end, that's how I've tabbed it out. But anyway, thanks for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully the finger is nearly back in action. We'll be able to do a few more videos for you, but we're back up and running. Do subscribe if you're enjoying what we're doing, and check out those member early videos. You get access to this before anyone else, and we'll see you later on. All right, peace out.